Welcome back to Educator.com and AP World History. This session we're looking again at period 2, which covers the time period about 600 BCE to about 600 CE. And in this session we're going to be looking at states and empires multiply and grow. And for the College Board, you need to know about the locations and the names of these empires right here. So let's go over them. In Southwest Asia, you need to know about the Persian empires. In East Asia, you need to know the Qin and Han empires. In South Asia, you need to know the Maurya and the Gupta empires. In the Mediterranean area, you need to know Phoenicia and its colonies, the Greek city-states and their colonies, the Hellenistic Empire and the Roman Empire. In Mesoamerica, you need to know Teotihuacan and the Mayan city-states. In the Andean South, we need to know the Moche. That's South America. So those are you need to know those names and where they're located, and we're going to look at that right now. The Sassanid Persian Empire. Look at what it covered. It covered almost all of what we would call the Middle East, and way over here into Central Asia, and almost down into India. This was a huge empire, the Persians. Let's talk about the Sassanid Empire. It is considered to be the peak of ancient Iranian civilization. Maybe we should point out that Iranian and Persian are really exchangeable terms. Persia influenced Rome, and so its influence, as it says here, its influence extended far beyond the empire's territorial borders, even into China and India and Africa and Western Europe. So it's an empire with a lot of influence in world cultures. And it played a prominent role in the formation of both European and Asian medieval art. Some of the styles that we are going to see in medieval Europe come from Persia. And this one seems to be especially important today, that Islamic culture and architecture, poetry, and other subject matter was transferred from the Sassanids throughout the Muslim world. So a lot of things that we say, well, that's, for instance, the covering of women, for instance, or those kinds of cultural things that we say, well, that's Islamic. That's a part of what Islam brought to the world. Actually, Islam borrowed those things from the Sassanids and promoted them, and they become Islamic. And its bureaucracy, its way of ruling things, and its royal ideology were imitated by successor states. And here we have the Islamic states of the Abbasids, the Ottomans, and the Safavids empires. They're tremendously influenced by the Sassanid Empire. So Persian Empire is an important one. The Qin Empire, as you can see, if we look at all of this as kind of what we would say is China today, it's occupying the westward part of China, the Qin. But the Qin gave in to the Han. And when we look at what the Han is, we're kind of looking at what we would say, well, that's pretty much China today, approximately. And so the Han become the classic empire, the classic civilization of China. The Maurya Empire this one is in India, and you can see what a huge amount of territory this covered. Just all of what India and Pakistan, Bangladesh today. And we have a famous ruler, Ashoka, who was converted to Buddhism and then wanted to convert all of India to, or his empire to, Buddhism, and established ways of accomplishing that.